Lingering questions and concerns about a rumored one-term agreement by Governor Fubara and speculations that he in some way may nominate all incoming local government chairmen. Also under scrutiny is the state's proposed 1.48 trillion naira budget, with lawmakers at the National Assembly now querying allocations like 24 billion naira for CCTV, 30 billion naira for gunboats, and spending on federal projects without reimbursement agreements. As calls grow louder for an end to the emergency rule and a full return to democratic governance in Rivers, where does this leave politicians who were fiercely loyal to Governor Fubara at the peak of the crisis? Let's bring in Mervyn Yobana, former caretaker chairman at Kana local government, one of Governor Fubara's fierce supporters and ally during the crisis, but now seemingly aligned with President Tinubu's peace initiative. Mr. Yobana, thanks for joining us. You were one of the loudest voices backing Governor Fubara. We've had a couple of conversations in that regard on this show during the height of the political standoff. But recently, you've appeared to embrace President Tinubu's reconciliation efforts. What changed? What prompted your apparent shift in position?
Well, thank you very much for having me, and good evening, viewers. It will interest you to note that when the president declared the state of emergency in Rivers State, all of us, we were against it because we did not understand why democratic governance should be set aside for a military appointee to pretend over the governance in Rivers State. But it was later we got to understand that the president actually intervened to stop the impeachment of the governor and to ensure that the political actors from the legislative arm of government, the executive arm of government, and the FCT minister, who happens to be our national leader in the state, to reconcile properly. So when we got to understand this whole thing, that is why we went ahead to commend the president for this move, because actually it was degenerating to lawlessness. Remember that the governor tried several times to present the budget that the assembly requested to the assembly, but he was shut out of the assembly complex, the temporary structure they were using. So that is why you see we are commending the president. And this latest move that the president was able to unite most of the political key actors from the legislative arm and the executive arm of government together to agree to this peace agreement. I want to commend the president for that. I also want to commend the FCT minister for looking at it that if you have a son and you feel that he has offended you, you will have the fortitude or the grace to forgive and move on. And this is what he has done. He has shown that he's a fatherly figure by accommodating everybody back and ensure that we get back on this track. Because, like you mentioned in your opening statements about the National Assembly questioning some line objects in the budget, you can understand that the sole administrator that was brought to Rivers State, he is not from Rivers State, number one. Number two, he did not contest. He did not tell the people of Rivers State that this is what I'm going to do to you or for you. So he doesn't owe them anything. He is just like a supervisor pretending over something he doesn't understand. And that is why governance has been grinded to a halt in Rivers State. Look at all the projects that the Similayo Fubara started. As we speak today, all those projects are halted. Why? There's no clear supervision. There's no clear administration in the state. So this is why all of us are calling on Mr. President in his magnanimity to shorten the time of this state of emergency declared, more especially now that all the political actors have come together to agree on this peace pact. And the governor went further after that meeting to come back to us who are his supporters to tell us clearly that we should not do anything that will derail this process, that he has given up everything, that we should look up to him for good governance, like what he promised the Rivers people, and anything political, we should look up to the FCT minister, and that we should respect him, and we should not derogate any of them, and we should thank Mr. President for this. And I think that this line of thought and action will bring lasting peace and sustainable development to the state, like we had in the past. So this
Mr.
is why
Yobana,
you say maybe, yeah.
You know what they say, that politicians are amazing humans. I mean, your disposition, the way and manner you're addressing this issue is a sharp contrast from, the kind of animated conversations we've had in the past. And it looks good on the outside, especially now that, as you have said, there is need for the return to democracy. Some would say, you know what, anything for the cameras just to get the governor back. But I'd like us to frankly talk about the details of this peace deal, because I'm sure you are aware of growing concerns that Governor Fubara may have agreed to serve only one term and also allow the minister nominate all local government chairmen. Are these terms acceptable to you if they are true, and to the many supporters who stood by Mr. Governor through this crisis?
Yeah, I want you to understand something about River State politics. The structure that brought Governor Fubara into office is the same structure. I was the director NGO for his campaign council at that time. The Honorable Minister of FCT was the chairman of the campaign council in the state. So we all played our different roles, and he was in charge, and he piloted this whole program. So the issues of the Honorable Minister to nominate all the local government chairmen, the governor to do a single term, is not what was definitely agreed. And even if that was agreed, there is a procedure to that. The governor has told us, even before the Peace Pact, he told us clearly that he is not interested in anything, be it local government, be in political positions. He's not interested. In fact, I can tell you clearly that the governor would have resigned if not for the teaming supporters and because of the Rivers people that he owes a duty, because they voted him to run for one tenure. So when he finishes, and if he finishes well, the onus lies on Rivers people, and it lies on the other political actors and the structure that brought him earlier. And if the governor is even interested, because he's told us clearly that he's not interested. So the issues of what happens tomorrow, what happens next tomorrow, is neither here nor there. People might be aligning or realigning or thinking that, yes, one man can bring everybody. But I know the minister. He gives these things back to the local government to decide, the leaders within this local government to decide. And what he has told us is that everybody, no matter the faction, those supporting him, those supporting Fubara, those supporting any other person, and the masses, as long as you're from a local government, you're from a constituency, you fall back to your constituency, and you people will discuss. And who knows, now that we have pluralities of parties, we have the APC, the PDP, we don't know where to go. So people will definitely stick to one place or that. There are those who have political ambition. So you cannot stop people from carrying out or pursuing their ambition.
Indeed.
But one thing is clear.
Yes.
One thing is clear, that the governor has accepted this peace pact full hook, line, and sinker. And he has told us clearly that we should not try anything that will derail that process.
So with this emerging arrangement, you're not worried that loyalists like yourself may now be politically sidelined? Does this new power sharing formula shut the door on your hopes of serving under this government?
No, at all. It doesn't. The thing is that Fubara is somebody that is endearable to us. He's a humble, peace-loving person. That's kind of his character endears you to him. You just like him, and that is what happened. I was now with the PDP at the time Fubara was running for election. I was in the APC. I actually contested for the House of Representatives on the platform of APC, the primaries. But because of the character of Fubara, I decided to join in his campaign, and it was the Honorable Minister of FCT that appointed me to head the NGO directorate for the campaign. So I am not bothered about serving in a cabinet or not. That is not the objective of the support for the governor. The objective of the support for the governor is because the health system had improved, rapid infrastructure development had improved, the River State has stopped borrowing money, and everything was working properly, including the educational sector. With the welfare of workers had also improved. And what he was doing, he was putting the people first. That was what endeared me to him. And that is why we are supporting him. The minister for FCT also is a workaholic. We know him. When he was nominated as the minister for FCT, I was one of the persons who were on national television saying that the president did the right thing, despite his party, because he's going to do a lot in the FCT. And today you can see what he's doing in the FCT. Nobody can say Minister Wike is not working. So these are the things. You follow people because of the character and who they are. Political aspirations or affiliations are secondary to the needs of the people. So what we are saying, will Fubara perform in the remaining terms of his tenure? The answer is yes. Had he performed before he was moved for office? The answer is yes. Is the sole administrator performing now? The answer is no. So these are the key issues.
Let's go on a short break, and we'll be right back with more. Stay with us, everyone.